such an asshole. Hello, children. You got a request? Gonna bang them out here before I go. I got a date with two little young, lovely ladies, one of which don't even speak yet. They're gonna get lots of sugar. Hi, Cappy. I know you like it short and concise, and so do I, but what I like even more are bullet points. I just find them easier to digest. Maybe I'm just stupid, so here we go. Also, it sounds like English is your second language, so we'll be a little bit generous. Keep information in square brackets private. About me, mid-20s male, my initial situation. I did my vocational training a few years ago instead of finishing school. Work since then. It is a blue-collar profession. Didn't mind, but also didn't quite enjoy the work. No, that... I gotta write a book called White Girl Blood. That's going on the ideal list. White Girl Blood. White Girl Blood. Nobody listens. Nobody, and then the book won't make it. No, only my audience. Oh, ha ha ha! White Girl Blood. Will it make it? Then they say, "Hey, some maybe we ought to not believe that all of our jobs are going to be, making us happy." White Girl Blood book. There we go. Didn't mind, but also didn't quite enjoy the work since there was a high concentration of boomer quantahahas among my colleagues and superiors. I gradually got more and more depressed as time went on and eventually got fed up around a year ago. My current situation, left for a higher income area and a new company. Okay, you're in a much better area. While my income almost doubled with slightly less working hours than before, I was still able to not quite double my living expenses, living as frugally as possible. I love the new area. The people are nice. The streets are clean. And it's just a better vibe overall. While the work is hard, my colleagues are great. My boss is great. Everyone just wants to do their job and leave with a salary. There's barely any office politics, at least among our team members. You could almost say that I enjoy going to work. Oh my God. Don't leave. Just the grass is not greener on the other side. Too long didn't read. I'm very happy with the move. The great dilemma. I found out that there is an employer nearby where I would work substantially more hours, but the pay raise I get is 160, 170% of my current salary. Also, my kind of occupation is very much in demand, so I'm almost guaranteed to get the job. I know that the only rational choice is actually go for it, at least while I'm young, work those hours and save up the money. However, I have a great aversion to changing jobs since I got burned so much. At my first job, I was working with absolute kuantahahas and being so happy with my current situation. Okay. Oh, God. Yeah, I know, man. No, look, you get to make your own choice. And you could go ahead and go and do more research, but man, if you're happy with the job you got now, don't mess with it. That's just what I would say. You're happy. Do you know how rare it is? You get a boss and coworkers and colleagues and a job where you're happy. That almost double your salary right now. I just it ain't worth the risk. If you were going to get if you were going to get a 60 to 70% pay raise and work the same amount of hours, I'd be like, okay, fine. But no, you're going to get a 60 to 70% pay raise, but you have to work substantially more hours. No, man, it's the same per hour. You work to live, you don't live to work. And I know you got that desire to save the money, but you're going to save more money working for a stable, good employer long term than some dickhead working 60 to 70 hours a week. Where no. And here's the thing. You can maybe not always, but if your skill is in demand, that doesn't the opportunity is likely to open up or be there going on and continuing in the future. Because I'm going to guarantee where you're at, yeah, everyone graduating from the public schools or college even is a bunch of lazy, whiny, worthless quantahas who ain't going to work. Well, I'm sorry. Is Generation Alpha being trained by the public school teachers to be hardworking Reaganauts that bust their ass off and major in the right thing and go into the trade? No, they're like, oh my God, you have that color skin and that type of plumbing. The people without that color skin and without that type of plumbing are oppressing you, and you could probably also get periods and you should cut off your tits. I'm a teacher. Oh, can I sleep with you? I'm a hot middle school, high school age teacher, and I want to sleep with my students. Tee, it's the greatest, coolest thing. Hey, I statistically, I know I'm on a tangent. I know it probably isn't anymore, but by God, there's a lot of those articles in the news stories. In other words, what I'm saying is the opportunity is likely to be there in the future. And so wait until you get a new boss who's a dick. Wait until you get new employees who are insufferable. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. However, a greater version at my first job. Blah, blah, blah. I'm almost certain that if I switch, I will never work in that great a team ever again. Also, I probably won't get my current job back if I quit. If they're that desperate, you never know. I ask of you, please kick my lazy Gen X or Z. Fuck if I know. Ass to you're a Gen Z. You're a Zoomer. I think at that age, yeah, you're a Zoomer. Maybe you're a younger millennial. I don't know. You're of the lazy generations. That includes mine. You're of the. It's not even English anymore. It doesn't even matter what they say. It's like a dog begging. Kick my ass to finally take the plunge and build towards my even greater financial future success. Also, maybe you can think of some considerations I didn't think of since I'm young and stupid. No, I look, a lot of people have said this, but no one listens to it because it's true. Your financial planning is a marathon. It's not a race. It's going to take at least a decade, more like 2, of good financial planning to save your money. And what I'm trying to point out to you is you are risking something that is a good job where it's adequate pay, and you could do that for 10 years and achieve your financial goals, or you go work for another employer and risking it that you maybe work there a year, you get more pay, but you burn out, or the boss is a dick, or any one of a number of things. You got this good, reliable Honda, right? You got this great, reliable Honda, and then you're looking at that Ferrari over there, say, no, 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 no. But it's a Ferrari. It goes faster. No, and the oil changes are $600. No, I would stay with your height. Now, for those of other people and yourself, you can do this. And I even asked. I said, "Well, have you done any research on the new company? Have you Google stalked the new boss you theoretically have?" Um, I know a few people that work there, and they quit for either a menial reason that doesn't matter to me because of the extra hours. For what they told me, the work itself is pretty similar and the team is great. However, since the job involves crap work, it obviously depends on the shift I'll be assigned, and they can't speak for all shifts. The company has average reviews from when I'm working. Type no, no. And then you give me some kind compliments about the work I do. I would stay where you are, man. I would stay where you are, and then use that employer as a backup in case things go south at your current employer. It gives you extra time to work on other things. Like if you want to make extra money, which I understand, go work a part-time bartender job, something, I don't know what. But I would not give up a good employer. It is so rare. That could carry to retirement, man. It's like you got this great, she cooks for me and she cleans and she wears like sexy little lingerie outfits and she sucks my dick. But there's a girl next door that's got big tits. No. But to get back to that, for those of you that, and this is not an uncommon problem, where you got a good job, good employer, good boss, good coworkers. It's rare, but it happens. And then you get more money. If you are thinking of making the jump, you have got to Google stalk the hell out of the boss, coworkers, like get every name of the people you're working with, get their social media. I'm not joking. Go to Glassdoor reviews, get a review of the company. Find out how long. I even go to the place and talk to the people like, hey, what's the turnover like? I mean, is it there or that? Find out, get more information. That's what I would absolutely do. Because man, I thought there were some banks that I was working at. It can't get worse than this. And I go to another bank. I'm like, oh my God, it's worse. I don't think they had the Glassdoor reviews back in my day. Uh, yeah, man. And we haven't even talked about the mental benefits of having a job that doesn't suck. I don't know if you could. I always say if you got a good boss, multiply your current salary by 1.3, and that's what you're really making. But you got good employees and good coworkers, and you don't hate your man, double your salary, and that's why I would not. I wouldn't leave. I would not leave. Let's go to the super chats, of which we have two. Jane Cobb, $5. What kind of stats exist for women workplace turnover? It must be high. I don't think they produce much GDP. I have a chart. Men produce 60% of the GDP. Women produce 40. And that even accounts for the fact that women live longer. Where is it? I'll show you the chart. You want charts? I got charts for you. That's why it took an extra month, was all the research and data I had to pull. That's women. There it is. Men and women GDP. How do I put that there? Okay. Not an opinion, not data, not U.S. Department of Labor. Go look it up. I wasn't skewing data. I made no assumptions. I'm like, is that really okay? All right then. Female turnover. I don't know. I would not. I mean, we could look it up. And turnover is not a bad thing. Hey, modern day employers, what, you going to be loyal to these assholes? This is 1986. 20 found that women had higher turnover rates than men, and that the type of employee population moderated on journey with a strong. Okay. How does gender affect turnover? The results established women had higher rates of actual turnover than men, but no differences were found in the intent to leave. Okay. And that's a study from 1986. So maybe there's a more recent one. Gender. Okay, here's one from 1990. So these are all pretty dated. And obviously there's been 2 whole generations added to the population with different dynamics and values than 1986. So women do produce GDP. It's just less than men on a per capita basis. Hobbs, if you haven't got it, man, and I go into the data, like I do a deep dive. I don't just look at nominal GDP. I'm like, okay, what are they producing? Because, all right, Bipsy the Ditzy, with her degree in child welfare studies, gets a government grant to go hand out flyers, which literally happened when I was working security, to make sure that people's rights were being taken care of at a place I was working. Like, get the fuck out of here, you worthless, pathetic, sad sponge. But that goes into GDP. Meanwhile, the guy I had on the thumbnail who's working at a coal mine or a steel plant, like her dollar of GDP is equivalent to his dollar of GDP. And in reality, no, it's not. Matter of fact, that's a waste of money. There's zero value to that. Negative even. And so thank you. Thank you, Department of Labor, for keeping that data up there. Hey, now that I got it, you better go get rid of that data, huh? So no one else can get it. If you look at what I call real GDP or critical GDP, that's where the numbers get real interesting. But nominally speaking, men we're 60%, women are 40%. But in defense of women, though, I know we don't hear about it commonly, but there still is a significant contingent of women who do stay at home and take care of the kids. So one would argue, with certainly raising your kids, well, that's more than handing out flyers of being an activist or being, some dumbass nonprofit worker. So there would be an argument. Well, how would that work out? Yeah, you'd have to do it by type. There is an argument. Well, it's not an argument. It's a fact. There are more women at home taking care of kids and doing housewife things. They don't mention it, but it's out there. And so that does have an effect on that. So it's not that they're not contributing to society. It's just that since there's no financial transaction, it doesn't go into GDP accounts. Wisdom Vision Productions, $5. This question has become the equivalent of monkey branching for men. The grass is not greener. Ride your current gravy train to the end. Kiss. Yep. You're right, Wisdom. Absolutely. I would not. If I could have worked security, like if they had paid me more money, I would have done it. Would have done it. But it doesn't pay a living. Well, it did, but it was a barely living wage. All right. What do I have? I don't know why I have link below. I think I have link below here since you brought it up. A World Without Men, an analysis of an all-female economy. Short read, 140 pages. Anytime a girl says she doesn't need you, you go buy that book. I should have like 100 million sales, unit sales, billions of dollars in profits for me. I don't need a man. You grab that book. Say, what's your? I'm gonna get you a book, and you read through it. And then there will be the but. Oh, he's a jerk. Okay, well, what is the Department of Labor a jerk? Because I didn't come out. I didn't randomly make up the data. All right, we'll see you guys later. Toodles.